My name's Jason Jarrett. I'm an exercise scientist and an exercise physiologist. Every injury is unique and every fitness goal is unique. Work with me and you'll get the professional direction you need with your situation. Welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about chronic lower back pain and MRI scans. So this is a little bit of a controversial topic. Should you or would you get an MRI scan if you've had chronic lower back pain? Is it necessary? So it's something that most people might think, yeah, you get a scan and it's going to show you what's wrong with you, and then once you know what's wrong with you, you can solve the problem and get referred to the right person and get it fixed. So big problems here. So an MRI scan shows the structure of the back, and the theory is that once you have a scan, you can see if there's a disc bulge, which you certainly can see that. You can see if there's narrowing of the vertebral canal, and you can see that. You can see if the vertebrae themselves have moved forwards or backwards, and you certainly can see those things. There are some things you can't see on an MRI scan, and guess what you can't see? You can't see how much pain someone's feeling. And that's way more important than most people might realize. Because these things that I told you can see on an MRI scan do not necessarily correlate with how much pain you're feeling. Very important fact. That's why I'm pointing so much. It's important. So, take 20 people off the street. 10 of them, let's give them all scans, okay? Take 20 people off the street, give them all MRI scans, and let's say 10 of those people have back pain. Of the people who have back pain, half of them might show absolutely no pathology on the scans, and the other half might show pathology. No correlation. The other 10 people who have no pain, half might have pathology and half might not have pathology. So do you see the problem here? Now it's not quite to that extent. There is a correlation between scans and pain, but it's a very, very weak correlation. It only applies for a very small number of spinal conditions. So usually an MRI or other type of scan is used to rule out one or two conditions only. The majority of chronic lower back pain, a scan is useless and it's not going to help. So it's good to know. Why is it important to know this? Because, okay, so you've had a lower back scan and it's shown, oh, I've got a lumbar disc bulge, and that's a common one, I've got a posterior L5S1 lumbar disc bulge. Put your hand up right now if you've got one of those. Me, I have, but I'm fine. Or you've got some other pathology. So the thing is, that doesn't equate to your pain, particularly if it's chronic, if you've had it for years. It doesn't equate to that at all. It could have been a trigger when you sustain this disc bulge, but what typically continues your pain going over the course of several years are lifestyle factors, like I've banged on about in previous videos. We're looking at lifestyle factors, and that includes exercise, but is not limited to exercise. It also includes things like nutrition, stress and anxiety, depression, sleep and sleep quality, social life, just overall happiness and well-being. These things become a lot more important when we're looking at a chronic injury and chronic pain, like a chronic lower back injury or a chronic lower back pain. So scans, just 99% of the time, scans for a lower back just aren't useful. And the problem is they make you a bit fearful, because doctors or other health professionals will often pull words out of the air like degenerative disc disease. Well, we've all got degenerative disc disease because we're all degenerating. It's called aging. We all degenerate. From the day we're born, we degenerate. So don't let these words scare you. You can have horrible pathology on an MRI or other scan and have no pain. Or you could have no pathology absolutely none on a scan, and you could be the worst pain you've ever experienced for years. And I've had both of these clients many times. The correlation is crap. That's all I'm going to say. So let's not use scans, and don't let the big words scare you, because there are big words for, relatively serious lower back injuries, but there are big words that don't mean much too, like degenerative disc disease. There's also big words like spondylosis, spondylolisthesis, disc bulge. There's so much to get into here. I'm flustering myself. So you don't actually have discs. There's actually no such thing as a disc. You don't have discs. Neither do I. It's the vertebrae fuse quite seamlessly with a cartilage type structure. So it separates the two vertebrae. There's no disc. There's no sort of delineation between the structures. It's all very... I remember being in an anatomy class in uni and looking at it and thinking, where's the disc? Like, I just see the vertebrae and just sort of white all the way through, and there doesn't appear to be any... there's definitely an interior, more gelatinous thing happening inside that space, but the way it's often pictured in models, and is there one around here? I'll be right back. This is good quality filming right here, because I'm just thinking on the spot. So I made a promise to myself that I'm going to minimize editing on these videos, because this isn't about polish. The best polish you're getting is this nice microphone, but I want it to be real. So that's not your spine. Okay? Your spine doesn't look like that. And that's pretty much all the models that we have. I can tell you from first-hand experience, your spine does not look like this. Don't be too scared about what your MRI says. Your capacity can surpass whatever disease that they tell you you have, whatever diagnosis they give you, whatever scary sounding words. That's not to say that we don't need to use caution. There are certainly some things we need to be very cautious of and approach cautiously. Again, my metaphor of the cat injury. Our injury is like a cat. Your back pain, even if you have no actual injury and you never remember getting an injury, but you've got lower back pain or upper back pain, whatever, it's like a cat. He may or may not be temperamental. It's how we approach him that matters. How many belly rubs can we get in before he scratches us? It's all about that intuition and knowing how to treat it. We just need to not be fearful. We need to be cautious, but not fearful. We need to ask questions, but just, it's about that path of moderation. So guys, MRIs, really, and surgeries for the spine, well, that's the topic for another video. So that's a big one, and we'll get into that eventually. I think I'll be doing many videos on chronic lower back injuries. It's a bit of a passion. So again, thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to subscribe and like the video. Comment in the comments below. Let me know what you loved, or let me know what you liked. Feel free to reach out to me, and I will chat with you soon.